I am not a Pokemon game fan. I never had a console until college when I got a Switch, and by then I'd already had my standards set by Breath of the Wild, and there wasn't any nostalgia present to convince me to drop 60 bucks on a game that looks like this. But recently I stumbled across a little video titled Best Jacinthe Battle Theme Reactions, and without any context, I clicked. Oh my lord? She's perfect! Her theme, her colors, her smile is so freaking cute, and the twinkle eyes, I'm losing it! Her style is insane! A fairy princess, everything about her is so lovely, so whimsical! Also, noblewoman, twin drills, I've decided she is the new love of my life. Move over, Hawks, I don't want to play with you anymore. And what better way to express my love than through what I know and love best, redesigning her into a bunch of different alternate universes. I started with some doodling to get a handle on her design and vibes first. I don't usually do this, but I figure for a video where you're gonna see these designs back to back, I should try and maintain some level of consistency in how I draw her. You might notice the brushes I'll use are a little different than my usual India ink. My iPad does not like when I turn on the time-lapse feature, and it likes it even less the bigger the canvas size. So I'm working on a pretty small resolution here, and unfortunately, the dry ink brush starts looking kinda crunchy on smaller canvases. Since she's a fairy type, my first thought was obviously Fae AU. The one design aspect I really latched onto throughout all of these was the wings on her brooch. They kind of look like fairy wings, and at some point in my brain got turned into butterfly wings. Since this was the first design, I actually took the time to explore a few design ideas. I will not be doing this for most of them. I put something down and that's what I run with. I added these little butterfly lace patterns. Is it lace? It's not exactly lace, but it 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 fits on the body similarly, I guess. And gave her a little butterfly skirt. And I struggled a bit with the sleeves here. They wrap around her wrists weirdly, but I'm not gonna fix it. You work with what you have and you move on. How to disrespect my ancestors with this one. This is very vaguely based off a Hanfu. I sometimes catch my mom watching these historical Chinese dramas, and both of us think they're so ridiculous, but the outfits slay, and I needed to draw my wife in one. I went hard on the butterfly motifs again. I was really set on giving her a veil that's sort of butterfly winged shaped. I don't know if it conveys, but I'm a huge fan of this design. I love drawing the transparent flowy parts. I am sad that her twin drills got yeeted deleted, but it was a necessary sacrifice to show off the veil more. Next ones are more simple concepts, just a summer and winter outfit. Starting with the summer, I originally wanted to give her a parasol, but then I was like, oh, she needs a pretty sun hat, and both is unnecessary, so there goes the parasol. It's basically just her original dress bikini-fied, but I made the bold decision to turn her drills into pigtails, and oh my goodness, she's so freaking cute, so cute, I love her! And for the winter outfit, it's not my favorite. I was really set on the periwinkle for some reason. And the Cossack? Whatever, the fluffy hat. She must be fluffy. It's not super detailed. I try to add detail on the cape and like gold seams on the gloves, but honestly, I'm just not great at that sort of thing, so it remains simple, functional, but unremarkable, and I think that's fine. My next concept was supposed to be Cyberpunk. I don't really know what happened, but it ended up being something more like Space Princess. Not sure how this happened, maybe it's just too much fabric. My inspiration was Xenoblade X and Voltron for some reason. I realize I don't actually have a good grasp on what cyberpunk is. I think I just conflate it with space or something. Anyway, not what I was going for, but I still like it, so I'm filing it under Unintentional Alien Princess AU. But I tried again with noticeably less fabric. This time I absolutely locked in on my Xenoblade X references. And don't ask me how any of her clothes work, I don't know. I'm making stuff up. But you can see I really fell back hard on the wings, oops. Also, stomach window. Hey, play a fun little game of how many stomach and boob windows I can give her. I like asymmetry in design, so I tried doing something like that here, and I don't hate this design. Maybe it's just the black and the gray, it just didn't feel very jacinthe. So third time's the charm, this time with more pink and fewer mechanical looking parts. I did like the earpiece and hip pieces on the previous design, so I kept those with a few adjustments that look more similar to her actual design. And honestly, I still kind of don't like it. I don't know how to draw Cyberpunk, so I did what any self-respecting artist does when faced with a challenge. I gave up. No Cyberpunk AU, I'm calling these the miscellaneous folder. Anyway, moving on to something more up my alley, which AU? I forgot to turn on the time-lapse for the first half of this, so no sketch process, but basically I just got to draw a lot more flowy fabric and that lace, it's not lace, I don't know what it's called. There's a lot of layers here that I did not think through, so sometimes while coloring you just have to guess what your own intentions were. Magical girls, magical girls. I went overboard with this one, you'll see what I mean. I don't know how it happened. I know exactly how it happened, I freaking love magical girls. I tried to line at first with a really thin brush like I see some anime artists do in their speed paints, and I got through the face before deciding I'd had enough. Who the hell has time to do super thin line art like that? Get a job! Unless this is your job. Art makes me sick. So, full send on the cute scale, I'm not getting creative with this one. I wanted to draw a cute poofy dress and that's exactly what I did. I did at least change where there would usually be bows into her fairy ribbon. Also, I love her brooch design so much, so I made it her staff. And she had wings in the sketch, but I got rid of it because the design already looked kind of busy. Maybe not the design, I think just the rendering was a little too much. Anyway, I got to draw so many frills and there is so much pink and there is nothing that makes me happier except the side boob. Aw, not again with the wings, okay. So kind of goddess slash angel AU. I just wanted to give her angel wings, okay? I took her hair and tied it up into a donut and gave her a very loose, comfy looking dress. I desperately want a wardrobe like this. It's so elegant and pretty. If anyone knows a shop that makes clothes like this, please share. Anyway, again with the stupid butterfly wing shape on her dress, I'm so uncreative. I choose one concept and I cannot deviate from it. Like, when characters have some trivia about them that's like, their favorite food is mapo tofu, and now I headcanon their entire personality to completely revolve around mapo tofu. That is their only defining character trait. Anyway, this was a nice break. It's nice and simple. I needed that. Next is steampunk slash pirate. There's a few crossovers here. My concepts were just too similar for these two, so I merged them. This was not fun, honestly. I love the steampunk aesthetic, but I don't know how to draw anything steampunk. Flashbacks to when I tried designing a steampunk AU for my OCs. That was great. I didn't succeed, but I sure tried. Anything with punk as its suffix seems to spell my suffering. Next is streetwear. I don't have much to say here. The design is just so on the nose. I just thought big puffy jacket and chunky sneakers. That's all I wanted. The belt thing is a little weird. I felt compelled by the sheer amount of belts and leather I saw in my references, but I realized while drawing this that I think I don't really like streetwear. Mom, let's go back to the cottagecore aisle. I tried a second design with a hollow jacket instead, and actually it looks alright. It's pulling a lot of the weight and visual interest here. I got rid of the excessive belts, but kept that single thigh high. She lost the other one in the laundry. Plus body glitter. I can't title this video wife and not put her in a wedding dress. I don't really like wedding attire. Objectively they are very pretty, but maybe it's just because weddings ick me out. But I'll do it for jacinthe. My main thing was I wanted a chest piece that would tie around her back and then split off into two wings. That's my concept. Wings, what a surprise! I played around with her hair and veil a bit, see if I can shape them into more wings, turn her silhouette into some eldritch abomination, biblically accurate jacinthe. But I went with the original shape, which still looks pretty horrifying, and changed the veil to make like a halo behind her. And then the lace. I don't know how to draw lace. Just start scribbling and it vaguely resembles it, so good enough. So here's the final lineup. Look at them go! Hopefully this wasn't too boring. Artists who yap over speed paints are built different. and I'm not one of them. I genuinely just don't have much to say about my process because my brain is so empty. Anyway, none of y'all are invited to the wedding. Farewell.